Good evening. This is Master Wheeler from Double Dragon. One great school in two locations. We're here in Naperville, Illinois. It is the end of the day. We just had our awesome annual regional championships, and then we had a great time, didn't we, ladies?
Yes,
Awesome. My guest tonight is the newly minted 5th Dan, Master Holly Inoshida, yay! Woo! And the newly minted Master Sue Helsden. How you ladies doing?
Good, awesome, sir.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us, our viewing audience, about the weekend this weekend. We had a great time this year.
We did, sir.
We did. I was really impressed. Over 440 competitors, and we got everything done by what, 3:30?
Yes, ma'am.
3:30. That is how we treat our people. We get them in. We treat them with honor and respect, and show them all the great things that they've done. And we don't keep them here till midnight.
That's how we roll in Region 5,
Yeah.
just to let you know, guys. So we had some special events. We had some creativity. We had some black belt presentations today, which I think was the largest showdown or first degree black belt promotional cycle that we've ever had. How many was it?
I don't actually know the number, sir, but it looked to be 40 or 50 standing up there.
That was a lot. Region 5 is really growing, and we're having a great time. So also, we want to share with the Region 5 family, for those who couldn't make it, and with our World Tongue Sitter family in general. Tell us about your Masters promotion. Newly minted Master Helsden. I saw some tears. Did I see some tears?
I was trying very hard not to cry like a baby.
I was crying for her.
Yeah, very proud moment. Very, very honored and humbled to now join the ranks of everybody with the red stripe, with the master's level, with the 4th Dan and 5th Dan. It's very, very humbling and honoring at the same time.
Well, you've been a master a long time. You just haven't had the belt. Master's spirit, master's heart. How long of a journey was it for you? For those who are out there that are on this journey and it seems like it's taking forever, I think we all have our stories, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us your story.
How far back would you like me to go, sir?
From white belt.
So it's an interesting story. I started training in about 2000, maybe 2001, with Master Paul Helsden, and then we moved into the city, jumped around to a few schools, moved back out to Villa Park, and started with the Inoshidas in 2003, I believe. That was about orange belt, green belt, and then I got my Chodan in 2007. Right before my son was born, and just kept going from there. It's one of those things where it's like we tell our students, you just keep showing up. A black belt is a white belt that never ever quit.
That applies to masters too, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Awesome journey. Now, tell us about your journey to master. Now you are a 5th Dan, an old Dan. How does that feel?
No different than any other day, because what I've been doing, I was doing all along, and I'm going to continue to keep doing forever. So that doesn't matter. Rank doesn't matter. What matters is what you do every day, how you treat yourself, how you treat your students, how you treat other people in the community. Be a black belt, wear the black belt, live the black belt. That's what it is.
Awesome. You know, we have a logo in our school, and I also saw it inside of your school.
Yes, sir.
And that is, help me with the logo. Do you remember it?
Be a black belt, make the wall.
Be a black belt, make the wall.
I'm sorry, earn a black belt, make the
No,
wall.
and earn a black belt, make the wall. Be a black belt, stay on the wall.
Yes, sir.
And there are a lot of people, I don't know how you feel, but I've actually seen brand new white belts walk through the door, and I said, that's a black belt. The first day you meet them. They just have to learn the skill, go through the experiences. Have you ever had that experience as well?
Yes, sir.
Or you're seeing these little kids 4 or 5 years old and they're doing something, you look at it and like, oh dude, there's their black belt right there. Like you see that glimmer, but they're 4.
Right.
They can't see that yet.
But we can,
No.
Yes,
because
sir.
of experience. I'm sure as you have this weekend, same thing as Double Dragon and Elmhurst and TDK, I have had little dragons that went through the Little Dragons program, went through the GUT program. Now they're 1st and 2nd degree black belts. they're leaders in the school. Do you experience that as well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What can you say to some of the parents out there that's saying, well, maybe, my son or daughter's not quite ready for something like this? What can you say to convince them that this is important? It's not just punching and kicking.
Well, we focus a lot on character development, respect, responsibility, making eye contact when you're talking with somebody, proper introductions, courtesy, all of those things that wind up needing to be explicitly taught, along with the fact that we demonstrate them all the time on a daily basis, so they're implicitly taught through examples and demonstrations. And some kids are ready for the lesson when they're ready, and then some kids need to hear the lesson a whole bunch of times, and then they become ready for the lesson. And you create leaders along the way. They grow into their ability to step up in front of a class or speak in front of a room full of people. They grow into that ability, and it's something that they have to take in little chunks and little nuggets, and then they get better and better and better. None of us learned a skill the very first time.
Absolutely not.
We had to take it in little chunks and get better and better and better.
And it's a continuous journey. Master Holly, what can you add to that?
My student learned well.
I had a fabulous teacher.
No,
I did.
she said so many things that I would have said anyway. To me, it's all of that rolled up with a little bit of the imagery that I use in my school, which is we come in as this rough-hewn rock, and all we do is we spend our time, and our instructors spend the time examining, polishing, chipping away. It's a never-ending process. And it doesn't matter what the thing is, people think of what they could be valued as. That doesn't matter. You could be an opal, you could be a diamond, you could be an emerald, you could be a bar of gold. It doesn't matter. We all have our different places where we fit. What matters is that we become the best we can, and we're never satisfied, and we spend our time polishing and chipping away and taking input in and giving that back once we've learned.
Absolutely. I had a
So
student.
that's all that matters.
I had a student come to me today, and Master Wheeler, what can I do to be better at sparring? I said, be better at sparring. Just be better. Sharpen your strength. Strengthen your strength. Don't worry about beating someone. That's not necessarily the focus. The focus should be, how do I improve upon myself? And the successes will naturally come as you continue to improve upon yourself. So we have to remove other things and people out of our growth equation. As I grow, I get better. And as I get better, things just naturally happen for me. And if it's winning a trophy, fine. But the most important thing is that I improve. So, you all are married to masters. So Region 5 is unique in that we have a lot of married couples that are masters. And
3, maybe someday 4.
Several, and more than that in the making, I'd imagine. So how does that feel now that you are with a partner? You've always been a partner, but now you're a master partner with your master husband, Master Paul Hilton.
He and I are very much that yin-yang kind of a thing. He has big ideas, and I find ways to implement them and make them happen. Or I'll have a big idea, and he figures out how to make it work. So I find that we wind up being opposite sides of the same coin, and very much in sync that way. And I don't know, I'm looking forward to stepping on the mat with him.
Awesome. Now, Master Holly, Senior Master Michael Enoshi. You all have been married for how long?
23 years.
How long you all been married?
17 this year.
Long time. How does it feel? You all are great teammates to your husbands, and I often watch the interaction between you and your husbands and you, and it's always this as you identified, you're working together always. one person may be leading, the other person may be helping, the other person may be helping, the other person may be leading. How do you do that, running a school of a couple hundred students or however many? How do you do that without getting in each other's way?
Wanna take that one?
We're different beasts, and I think we acknowledge that we're different beasts. So we spend a lot of time in our school saying, Master and Michael and Osha does it this way. I do it this way. This is why he does it that way. This is his justification. This is why I do it this way. This is my justification. Neither one is better than the other. Everyone else, whether you're married or not, everyone else has different techniques that work for them or don't work for them due to their size, their strength, their flexibility, everything else. And I think it doesn't matter that we're married. We acknowledge that there's different things that work for different reasons, but we are pretty in sync about how we want things to go, what our standards are for our students and things like that. There we're pretty in sync, and I think that's only because we've trained together so long that it's not like we sat down and said point A, point B, we must be in concordance. We just
Flow.
Yeah.
It just works.
And I don't know about you, but there are times where I'm teaching the students, and one will say, "Oh, but the other Master Hausen does it this way," and I really work hard to circle back and be like, "Okay, well, I'm choosing this." And then after the students leave, I say to him like, "Okay, you got to explain your thinking so that we can have a similar conversation as to what Master I was talking about. Like, he chooses this, I choose that. He's 6 feet tall, I'm 5'2". There's a difference there for some things, and there's a similarity there for others. So I find that some of our differences show up in how the students are demonstrating the technique later on in class.
Excellent, excellent observation. As we end this interview, and thank you ladies for sharing, taking your time. Lots of women out there. Double Dragon, we have been promoting martial arts and women, trying to get more women involved. I think it's very, very important. Give me 10 seconds. What you would say to convince someone who is watching this, maybe a female who thinks that this is male-dominated. I guess statistically, numerically it is, but what can you say to encourage them to maybe be a part of something like this?
Well, I think you said it when you said it's not just punching and kicking. This is something bigger than us. I was impressed today with the regional tournament, the number of people who raised their hand and volunteered to move a chair or help out in some way. It's a family, and women can relate to that relationship idea more so than a violent kind of an idea of punching and kicking. So I would draw those similarities of, yeah, you're punching and kicking, but you're learning so much more. It's beyond that.
Thank you, Master Helsworth. Master Nosa, what can you say to maybe a female out there, a woman who may be struggling with health issues, or she's busy and this and that, maybe she thought about it but doesn't think that she can do it for whatever reason? What can you say to encourage her?
It's not just women, so I won't just go there. But I would say, above all, I have been in sports, team sports, individual sports, whatever. The martial arts gives you so much because what it does is it builds you up. All it is a competition with yourself, and really it's not a competition. It's about taking time away from all the stresses in everyday life, where you're worried about the bills, or you're worried about the kids, or you're worried about your job, or whatever else. And you take this time for you, where you're so busy with other things that will build you up mentally, physically, and spiritually, above all. It's going to build you up, and you don't have a second guilt, and you don't have a second thought. I would say in almost 29 years, that there's only been a couple times in my life where I haven't been able to check out of my life. And that, more than anything, spending time for yourself, where you're building yourself up physically, in confidence and everything else, and able to remove yourself from everything else that loads down your life so much, male or female,
Absolutely.
is above all you can't find it anywhere else. Nowhere else.
And in closing, I like to say I had brought a student with me from Michigan, and he did not compete today, but I wanted him to feel this environment. I didn't prep it. We just brought him here today, and he pulled me aside, and he said, Master Wheeler. I said, yes. His name is Jordan. And he says, this place is really weird. Weird how? He says, everybody seems like they like each other.
You do.
Oh yeah. Yes, we do.
He says it seems like family. Even though you all are competing against each other, the words he used, no one is hating on each other. And I think Grandmaster Shin got it right when he just said traditionalism, professionalism, and brother/sisterhood. So with that, we want to say thank you for viewing in on another episode of Moments with the Master. Thank you so much, Master Sylvester. Thank you so much, Master Holly and Noshida. We appreciate you, and we really respect what you've done and what you continue to do. So thank you for viewing in. Make it a great day.